How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, we got a problem in California, especially in Northern California. Now, we're going to get into this. And they telling lies up here. I had to find out from Lisa Cabrera that they going to have a power outage in California. And they said they've been telling us ahead of time. They did not at all. So folks is in panic mode and folks is pissed off. And see, PG&E, they didn't file Chapter 11 back in 2017 because of all these fires in California. You know, we've been hit with a lot of wildfires. So Mr. Santana pissed, running around here getting ice and batteries, and we got all what we need here to deal with these type of situations. We good on that. We just pissed off because they didn't tell folks ahead of time. I really feel for people that have health issues and different things like that. And it is what it is, my royal family. Folks is running around here buying ice and doing what they got to do. We got out the big ass cooler. You can damn near put a body in it, full of ice. We got plenty of water. You know, we got what we need. We good. You know, we don't know if the power gonna get shut off in the region that I live in. But as we continue on, my royal family, got a video for y'all to listen to. It's about a 10-minute video. Get some more insight on the fuckery.
The power outage that PG&E is instituting throughout the Bay Area today to hopefully prevent what could be a major wildfire threat.
Hundreds of thousands of people are already without power, a lot in the North Bay at this hour. More to come at noon. Let's go to Crawford Sarah Stinson live in Sausalito. Sarah?
Yeah, I'm live at Bridgeway and Harbor Drive, this intersection where they actually had to put stop signs. So they had to put them right in the middle in between each lane behind me, and that's because people were not stopping. They were just plowing through this intersection where the traffic lights are, but since the traffic lights are out, they just plowed right through them. So a cop came out here, put out the stop signs because it was just getting to be too dangerous, especially with all the people who bike here in Sausalito and the pedestrians, and then school is coming up soon, so lots of kids will be out here. But let's take a look at the map. Starting at midnight, Sausalito is one of the first cities in the Bay Area to experience the power shut off. About 2,400 people, or excuse me, 2,400 PG&E customers. That doesn't even account for how many people that would be, but 2,400 customers were without power starting at midnight. That's just here in Sausalito. Then in Mill Valley, there was about 800 people at midnight, and Marin City was about 1,200 people. So sorry, I keep saying that. Customers. It's just really important to say customers because, as Daria mentioned earlier, that could mean an apartment building which has about a couple hundred people in it. So just thousands and thousands of people here in the North Bay already experiencing the shutoff. And this is just phase one of PG&E's shutoff. Phase 2 starts at noon, so if you woke up with power, you should be very grateful because people here I've talked to at Molly Stone's, most of them said they did not wake up with power and they are feeling extremely frustrated about it.
The first step that we take as part of restoration after such an adverse event is to inspect every inch of our overhead electrical assets base to ensure there's no damage. If there is damage, we identify the location of that damage, what that is, bring in qualified personnel to be able to safely do the repairs, and then continue with the restoration process. We very much understand the inconvenience and difficulties such a power outage would cause, and we do not take or make this decision lightly.
and that was PG&E that you just heard from. They obviously said, you know, they know it's difficult for people, but people I'm talking to out here, they are not too understanding about it. They don't understand why this is happening, and they're frustrated about it. Even though I've talked to people who, you know, they watched the news, they found out about it, they got prepared. They said it doesn't mean it's going to be easy using a flashlight, getting up in the morning when it's pitch dark, and then getting in your car and driving out here, dodging other people. And then I heard that there was a ton of deers out there on the road. So it's been a frustrating situation for a lot of people. And as you just heard, even after they restore that power on Thursday, doesn't mean it's going to be up and running that quickly. But I just talked to a man. He's extremely frustrated because a week ago he filled his freezer full of meat from Costco, and now he's really worried it's going to all go to waste. So hopefully it doesn't, but we're going to continue to monitor the situations out here in Sausalito, trying to get an updated number. That website on PG&E has been quite difficult, but that's why you just got to stay tuned here. We'll keep following it. For now, I'm live in Sausalito. Sarah Stinson, Cron 4 News.
And tell the guy with the Costco stuff that PG&E is not going to reimburse for stuff because they say it's for safety, and we gave people warnings, so they say that is not an instance where you could file a claim and they would reimburse you for the stuff that you lost, Sarah.
All right, let's continue our team coverage. Moving to another part of the North Bay now where power has been shut off, and we've been seeing some long lines of traffic as people are coming up.
Oh my goodness, what's really going on?
Coverage of the power outage that PG&E is instituting throughout the Bay Area today to hopefully
Did y'all say that? I didn't ask y'all to do that shit.
prevent what could be
Wait just a minute.
wildfire threat.
Let's stop this. Let's see if we can get this where it's supposed to be. Now I had all this shit up, set up, and y'all on that bullshit. Let me open this thing wide open. Ooh, these people foul. Now I done already watched it once, and then they gonna pull some mess like that. Ain't that something? Ain't that something, my royal family? Well, that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna get into some other things. You know, I don't edit anything. I keep it raw. You know? So, as we continue on, my royal family.
This morning, PG&E, the outages today, people living in the North Bay right now waking up without power across a good bit of it.
Let's go to Crown for Sarah Stinson in Sausalito, where it is dark.
That's not the one. I think this is the one right here. Let's see. Let's see if this will act right. No, I don't want to act right. It's okay. It's okay, my royal family. It's okay. Crying for you on that bullshit. It was a very important video, and thought it was necessary that the royal family watch this video. And so we're gonna go on this little journey, my royal family. We will we'll get there. We will get there. So as we continue on, let's see what we get here. Get some more news. Hear the lies that they telling.
Welcome to CBS This Morning. We begin with this. A lot of angry people in California, where hundreds of thousands of people in that state could be without power for days in the largest public safety outage in that state's history. PG&E started shutting off the power last night in more than half of California's 58 counties because of what the company calls an unprecedented wildfire danger.
Roughly 800,000 customers are likely to be affected. Jonathan Vigliotti is in Santa Rosa. That's about 50 miles north of San Francisco. And Jonathan, I understand the neighborhood you're in was destroyed by wildfires just 2 years ago?
Yeah, that's correct. Good morning to you, Tony. It's taken 2 years, and you can still see many of the homes in this neighborhood under construction. I've spoken with a lot of people, and for that reason, they understand the need for this power cut, but they do worry how they're going to get by for the next few days in the dark. At this hour, we can tell you more than 200,000 homes are already without electricity. Wind gusts expected to pick up to 50 miles per hour. For now, PG&E playing it safe.
This is what PG&E hopes will never happen again.
Vegetation fire underneath the transmission line.
A wildfire sparked by faulty transmission lines and fueled by high winds devastated the town of Paradise, killing 85 and destroying almost 19,000 buildings last November. PG&E is facing billions in liability for that fire. This time, the state's largest energy provider can't afford to take any chances, no matter how long it takes.
Can't expect that we may not have power in certain areas for up to 7 days.
Sometimes I feel like we're being punished by PG&E, because of all the lawsuits.
In 2017, Thad Mazzoni's Coffee Park neighborhood burned to the ground. That fire sparked by a private electrical system.
It was a mess. I mean, there was a few chimneys standing, that was about it. There was nothing else left.
What do you think about their proposal to turn off electricity?
It's just something new that people are going to have to get used to.
A new reality.
New reality.
Meteorologist Mike Peckner agrees.
The winds in this case will be around 55 miles an hour, but they're strong enough to take down lines. You can't take away the oxygen and you can't take away the fuels, but you can take away the ignition source.
Meanwhile, the mayor of Oakland warned that power lines aren't the only way fires get started.
Do not use equipment that may cause sparks. Be extremely cautious. If you are a smoker, it might be a good week to quit.
And PG&E says they're planning billions of dollars in safety upgrades that could take 4 years. They're already saying that could bring significant increases to bills. And Anthony, as you can imagine, customers saying they already pay a lot of money for what should be safe power.
Yeah, Jonathan, thanks. A new reality, not an easy reality there.
Well, my royal family.
60 minutes over.
PG&E is in panic mode, and they worried about some things. So here on Heavy, I have some maps that y'all can look at, some numbers that you can call, that you subject not to get nobody on. Don't even try to go to PG&E's website to look at the maps, because that shit don't work. They deliberately shutting it off. And they did not give us ample time. They did not give us ample warning. They're lying. They sprung this shit on us last minute. And I found out yesterday by Lisa, and first I didn't make a big deal out of it. I just thought it was out in Marin County, but Marin County, but in Napa. Most of these areas that I see in like Yuba, most of these areas are snow country. That's what I'm seeing, my royal family. And I got a lot of people that Shasta County and different places in Sonoma, Santa Cruz, and even in the area that I live in, San Mateo. That's where you two operate at. Yeah, these are sundown towns, my royal family. We know what that means. So you can look at this here on Heavy and see if it's going to affect you, and get you plenty of ice, and do what you do best. Don't seem like it's gonna hit the hood. I've reached out to some family members and they said they checked in and they said it ain't gonna affect the hood at all. Most of these areas are like I said, snow country. It's a tinderbox. It's dry up there, and we still on a continuous drought in California. And I feel like PG&E is on deep ass panic mode, because they had let's say 5 years ago, they had a major explosion out in South City, San Francisco, and I know some people heard about it, that literally wiped out people. And so that was lawsuit. And then the numerous fires that we have been having every year around about this time. And so they bleeding at the pockets, but ultimately what they gonna do is charge the customers. That's what they always do. They just lean on us and we have to pay a higher ass bill. Now, that's some bullshit that PG&E would do this announcement shit at the last damn minute. So I'm doing my public service announcement here for the royal family. that you may be affected. Some of us do live in snow country. I admit I live in snow country. I do. You know, it is what it is. And we shall see. 'Cause I do see my county up here being effective. Now they claiming that they're going to shut it down midnight. But we don't know what the hell that they may do. We simply don't know. So that video I was trying to play y'all and the shit went out. Like, damn. Like, really? I had already watched it at first. You know, and here are some of the places that I showed before that have already been affected. And so far, everyone I see is snow country. Isn't that ironic, my royal family? And see, people got to have stuff like this. You know, we got, the Santana's got all of this stuff and more. We construction workers, so we have a tendency to overdo. You know, some I could imagine some people can go to hotels because they do have generators, you know, them big, powerful ones. So you just feel like you cool. Luckily, it ain't hot in the region that I'm in, so that's a plus. But out in those outer regions, my royal family, north or south, 1 hour either way from me, I'm like dead in the center, it gets extremely hot. And they're panicking. And then these stores is taking advantage of the situation and always overcharge folks and stuff. But this is essentially what we will be seeing. The areas that have already been affected. Damn near complete darkness. Woo! Ain't that something, my royal family? Because they scared to death of fire. Our father said that next time it would be fire. They can't prevent or stop anything, my royal family. So it is what it is. Be thankful. I am thankful. Thankful for everything, Father. I may not be able to put up any videos. We shall see. It may shut down. It may not. I may be down a week. I may not. But I'm a soldier. You know, and we'll do what we'll do. So anyway, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.